It gets me every time. This reverse mirroring, it just feels weird. All right, and that's actually a really good segue. Good morning and welcome to Thursday, the 28th of August. And thank you for everybody that reached out to me, and my heartfelt thanks to Deb for looking after me. I'm feeling 150% better. That was a massive experience, and it was cathartic. It was a purge of an old experience, and I just went through it with grace and poise, which is the point of Venus in Leo. It's handling things and making them your strength. All right. So now today we have some situations that might require some strength. All right. So we do currently have the moon in Libra. All right. So we're looking at relationships with others. All right. Doesn't necessarily have to be romantic relationships. It's how we relate to others. All right. Remembering that the moon in Libra is being ruled by Mars in sorry, the moon in Libra is being ruled by Venus in Leo. And at 11:27, that moon is going to move into Scorpio, where it's then ruled by Mars in Libra. All right, so there's a couple of all of the aspects with the moon today are sensitive. So let me just start clicking buttons to see who's here. Oh, good morning, Alicia. Hi, Louise. Hello, Heather. How are you? I'm actually really looking forward to coming home on Sunday. Sydney's been amazing. Um, yeah, I'm just ready for some trees. Best way to put it, I'm ready for my trees. All right, so let me read the words. All right, so there may be some sensitive feelings around today. You do not need to engage. All right, you can ponder the lesson, or you can, look at the situation for what it is, especially if somebody else is trying to explain something and it is hard for them. All right, I'll get back to my specific experience this morning that I didn't look at the words for today. And if I had have, I might have had an easier day, an easier time engaging in the conversation I did have. So you can ponder the lesson and move on, or at the change of the moon at 11:27, when it moves into Scorpio, you can dive deeper and find the deeper soulful meaning and embrace it. Remember to straighten your crown and think about how you want to address situations. All right, so we don't want to be, you know, we don't want to be erratic. We want to be graceful. We want to be proud. We want to have leadership. All right, so I'll just keep clicking buttons because I can feel that there's more people here. Oh no, all right, anyway. All right, so now today we have the moon the moon in Libra is going to square Venus. Okay, so there's already some relationship tension around. Now, between 12 and 3, all right, so the moon will be in Scorpio where we've got those deeper, more soulful, meaningful, intense, transformative, crisis orientated. Like, think of all of those eighth house depths, all right? We've got the moon in conjunct, all right, that's Saturn and Neptune. So there's the beliefs and the application of how we are being Aries. All right, so how are we adjusting to the relationships? All right, basically, what we believe about ourselves and what we believe about relationships and the pride that we have in those relationships is very, very relevant for today. There's also an in conjunct to Uranus in Gemini. So we are changing our mental clarity and focus around these beliefs that we have. All right, now the moon is also square to Pluto. All right, so Pluto in Aquarius is, in this case, I'm thinking that how are we adjusting our future perspective by addressing these really sensitive topics within ourselves, all right, because it's our beliefs and our strength and our responsibility as strong humans and strong kings and queens to do the best that you can through self-awareness, all right? Before you open your mouth and let old patterns of experience come out, stop and think, all right? Straighten your crown, adjust your corsetry or your Doc Martens, whatever you see yourself as your strongest point being, stand in that grace. All right. So that's pretty much all day. Like I said, there's relationships and there's relationships dramas. And if it's not relationship dramas, it's just you. Good morning, Karen. It's just you going into your fields. All right. So how do you feel about a situation? Why do you feel about a situation? And how can you adapt yourself to a better mindset, a better future direction, all of those type of things. All right, so I've said about the moon, the sun not making any connections, Mercury trine Chiron, excuse me, that's going for quite a few days. So, Mercury does move into Virgo on Tuesday the 2nd, all right? So he's in these last degrees of Leo where he isn't at full capacity. It's like a tradie with not all his tools, all right? He's trying to wing it. He's trying to look good and not have everything at his disposal, all right? So, and while he's trying to look good and have everything look like he's fine and dandy, he's hurting. It's trine Chiron. But if he is aware and makes those necessary adjustments through potentially vocalizing where he's at, then that is also going to be helpful. So going to my lesson for today, because there is another big one here down the bottom, but that's at 10 p.m. So today I had to have a difficult conversation, all right? And it was all in my own experience. It was all in my head. And, I've been talking to you guys this whole time about have the difficult conversation, be brave, say the truth, your truth. All right. So today I had to work myself up to it. I got into the situation. I was like, bleh. I was like, I need to talk to you about something. And it's got nothing to do with how I feel about you as a person. It's a completely sidestep. All right. So it was fucking totally fine. However, it was a massive lesson for me because I don't think I was trying to avoid confrontation. I was just adjusting my perspective, adjusting my direction, being authentic to myself because there was things that weren't feeling 100%. And even if it's just feeling like, I don't know, 70%, like you've still got to honor the things that don't feel right and voice those words, because you don't voice your words, it gets stuck inside, blah, blah, blah. You know where that goes. Anyway, the whole situation turned out absolutely fucking fine, as it was going to. But it really did show me that, I have to walk the things I talk. And even though I was absolutely shitting myself unnecessarily, this is that healing of the individual. I am worthy. I had my crown on my head. I honored the queen that I was talking to, and it turned out fine. So maybe like today, when we are addressing relationships with people, just know that your fear doesn't necessarily equate their fear or doesn't equate anything in their realm, because they're them and you are you. All right. So, another sort of little thought that's coming up for me right now, again, random analogy here. Well, not really that random, but still an analogy that's coming up. You're moving in with someone. All right. So you are falling in love and everything's dandy and you have your own separate experiences, and then you move in. All right. And then you've got to navigate what was once someone's space is now a combined space. And if you're starting to get irritated at the person's space so that you don't have your space in their space, when does it become our space? All right. So these are also difficult conversations that need to be had. Like obviously somebody's asked somebody to move in, and there needs to be some maybe ground rules or expectations set, or, the ability to say something is making me uncomfortable. Can you hear me out? So again, this is starting things on the right foot. Good morning, Michael. How are you? Mwah. Good morning, Sally. Again, thank you so much for reaching out to me. I feel, like I said, 150% now, and it was a valuable experience. So now, another thing that is happening today is, Uranus is sextile Neptune at 10 p.m. All right, so this does really sit well with this. Uranus in Gemini is giving us a completely new perspective, and Neptune retrograde in Aries is also asking us to look at our own belief systems, so that sextile, which offers an opportunity, it's not a guaranteed opportunity, it is an offering of something that you can use if you choose to take it. All right, it's like that Mission Impossible. Here's the assignment if you choose to take it. All right, so does this new way of thinking sit comfortably, or can you make those two cogs turn efficiently and in a non-clunky way? Is there some grease that needs to be applied, aka words that need to be spoken, so that these two situations that might be a bit squeaky or clunky can then gel because everybody's on the same page? All right, remember, Moon is in Libra first, and then it moves into Scorpio. So we're going from this, how can I negotiate and be diplomatic and be fair, into let's get to the nitty gritty of this. What is the real and potentially uncomfortable feeling that needs to be addressed? Remember, Mars, which rules Scorpio, and Pluto, all right, so that means that Scorpio moon is square Pluto in Aquarius. We have to go into these deep feelings so that we can make that transformation adjustment to our future potential, our hopes, our dreams, our wishes, hanging out in social groups. Maybe you love a social group, and then somebody comes in and it's like the dynamic changes. At what point do you choose to say something about that so that it can function and flow well again? So overall, there is healing opportunities, but there is also tension and adjustment required. And it is seriously about how you interact with them while you honor yourself and your feelings and experiences, and also honor that person, because you want to find that middle ground. You want to negotiate well so that everybody gets their needs met. All right. That's more of a Taurus thing, but Venus does rule Taurus as well. So, the giving and receiving of love, what makes you comfortable. All right. So yeah, very much not a superficial day. I think there needs to be some factual reality checks during the day as well. So how does everybody feel about that? All right, now, good morning, Auntie Pat. How are you? Mwah, massive love to you. I don't have my cards with me today, guys, so no cards today. However, I feel like that was a pretty good rundown of the potential of today, of course, so 11:27, that moon is going to change. So a plan of action today might be, like I said this morning, I had to build myself up, because my fear was the thing that was holding me back, not the other person's fear. All right. So today, know that you can find that pivot point, that fulcrum within yourself. Your mind is the thing that's making you uncomfortable. Once you speak those truths and the moon moves into Scorpio, then you can delve deeper into what's the deeper meaning of this. What is opening up those cupboards in the depths of your soul where all those skeletons hide. Let them out to play. We have a long Scorpio moon. All right, this Scorpio moon goes all the way through to early, like midnight Sunday morning. All right, so Sunday we're going to have a type of experience. It's a nice day. I like Sunday. Very few aspects. I would definitely say have some fun so that healing factor can be integrated. But the point was, all day or half day today, Friday and Saturday, all Scorpio moon vibes. All right, so just go into it. Know that you might not have all of the tools available to you, but you can do it. It's absolutely an adjustment that you can make by building yourself and your courage up where relationships are concerned. So that's me for the day, guys. I've got a super duper busy day. I've got 4 readings today, so I'm getting myself ready to head off any minute now. So I hope you all have a nice day, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Mwah.